my wife and I, and presumably our 2 children at that point, went to a Sears store, which was in downtown Nashville. Driving home from that store, we were driving out Charlotte Avenue, and there apparently was an automobile accident on the street, and the traffic was detoured around the traffic and up a very narrow street, which from Pennsylvania we would have called an alley. We saw in that alley, in this start and stop, very, very slow traffic, some very, very poor looking housing and some people standing outside, even though it was slightly raining. And I remember saying to my wife, "This is awful." And we said, "People shouldn't live this way." And my wife and I, immediately attributed it to some extent to racial discrimination, because all the people in this very, very poverty-looking area were black. And one of us, and to this day I don't know which of the 2 said the next line, but the line was, "What are we going to do about this?" We decided then that we were going to do something about it. Now, we didn't know what, but somewhere either about that time or very closely after that, we started to hear and start to follow the news of the public accommodations demonstrations to integrate restaurants in downtown Nashville. We felt that what was going on in racial segregation was wrong. It was not an effort of black people wanting rights that white people had. It was wrong for all of us. It was wrong for America. It was wrong for our society. And somewhere in our thinking, and certainly in my thinking, was that basic statement that says that some of the worst or the greatest harm that can be done to correct an ill are good people who stand by and do nothing. So I guess I did, I think some of the people that I was closely associated with in my part of this effort, just took that to heart. And we said, so we're going to do something about it. We took, in my case, we took it to heart much as to the extent that my wife and I seriously decided, what am I going to do and what she's going to do, and are we both involved or not? We decided, given that we had 2 and then 3 children during this period, all of whom were under the age of 4, that one of us needed to stay home. So we, I guess, did the typical thing in those days. I became the person that was more involved. She became the person who sat at home and worried. There was a time in the middle of this somewhere, and I don't remember at what stage, where she and I sat at our kitchen table, realizing that because we were on the news some, that lots of people knew we were involved, including our neighbors, who we assumed disagreed with us. We did not live on a college campus. We lived in a small community in Nashville. And so we actually sat down and had a conversation on who did we want to take care of our children if we were both killed. And we made a determination and told people what we wanted done if that ever occurred.